They've ran it before on Quincy Crew, so I think Beast Coast,
Who played it
they
though?
thought last game they saw last game that
Who who
it's
played the
clear that Quincy.
Snapfire?
Yeah.
Neph.
Hmm?
Who
Sorry,
played
who's
the
playing
Snapfire?
a couple days ago?
Yeah.
That was MSS.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's what
Sorry
I
about
wanted to know.
that.
You just kept saying like they've
I
run
was
it
talking
before, and
about
I'm like, but on
Spirit.
who? That's like the important thing. I need to know who's running it. I didn't think it'd be Quinn, but
I'm just like gushing over here over. I'm a fangirl over Quincy Crew and some of their drafts, though. The fact that they ran Spear Breaker a couple games, and this just goes to show you, like everyone's got their eye on Quincy Crew, watching what they're doing and trying to mimic it themselves, which is interesting because on an interview with Quinn the other day, he was talking about, oh yeah, we were watching a lot of the other regions, we're definitely not on their level, but to everybody else, Quincy Crew are gods right now. They go either undefeated or just lose like one or two games throughout the entire tournament. These last like what 2 or 3 tournaments, in fact.
yeah, the tier discrepancy is actually just it's a huge step. You've got Quincy Cruz all the way up here, and then the next best team is like here. Like that's a big gap that they have to close. Granted, Cat Jammers, formerly Crazy, they almost managed to get a 3-0 off of them at one point, but they just had just a couple mistakes that they made. And this is a team that you cannot make mistakes against. If you make a mistake against Quincy Crew, they're gonna punish you. They're gonna adapt. They're gonna say, "Oh, with." I feel like too, like after having that conversation with Quinn, they look at their errors and they go, "Huh, that was silly. We shouldn't have done that. Oh, they messed up. Let's fix this."
Mhm. All right. They're getting rid of the Void Spirit now as well. They're so afraid of Quinn on these Spirit heroes, it feels. Did they get rid of Storm here too?
I mean, they don't have super great I guess they have some lockdown, but it's not super great. I don't know if they would give Quinn a Storm Spirit here. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think they would. I think they would pick something a little bit different, right? Because you've got the Phantom's Embrace coming out from the Grimstroke, you've got the Chaos Bolt, and you hope that you get some bashes off here with Spirit Breaker, but I don't think it's a Storm game. What kind of game is it, though, is the question, right?
All right, they get rid of Kanka
Kanka.
here. That one doesn't make that much sense to me. I think you already have a good front line in the form of Mars, and you're able to take team fights into them. I think once again you pick up a hero with a bit of reach here on Quinn. So although I'm not crazy with him on the Storm Spirit because they have the Roar, they have Chaos Boat to follow it up with, I think they still might grab it. But it
We'll
also
see.
it leaves them open to a counter pick, right? I mean, Ember and Void, they both play a little bit better against heroes in general. You have Flame Guard to fall back on. You can use your Sleight of Fist to harass. You have Dissimulate and Resonant Pulse to deal with heroes in the lane. But if they grab Alina or something in Beast Coast, it becomes somewhat easy to harass Quinn out of the lane.
I don't think you can grab. You need something that's going to be able to sustain in the lane, or not sustain, but even like blink away or move out because that Schofield's going to be running at your face. You 100% know it. They're going to try to help Chris Luck out by just running in after Quinn, and that kind of limits your options here quite a bit, right? Because you have unless you get something like a real big chonky boy, if you want to go like Underlord, but I don't think they're going to go for that at this point. Beast Coast out. They already banned out the Bat Rider because I was going to say that could be something that Chris Luck could opt for. They go for the Invoker, and I like this. It's going to make sure that they have to be carrying detection at all times, and it's going to make laning very difficult for whatever Chris Luck comes up with here. Because I think, the old standard for Chris Luck is his TA, right? Like that's what he first really dazzled on. He's not, I don't think TA is like that great of a hero any longer, especially considering, the fact that they have plenty of ways to deal with that refraction, even just the Invoker, being able to Tornado or Cold Snap or whatever. And it also, it's just such a good pick, actually. So what's the Chris Luck hero is my question now.
They have 1 second to decide for themselves before they run out of time. There it is. It's the Lina, and I mentioned that they might grab that one just because it's a safe pick and it plays pretty good against the Storm. They don't really have the same gap close / reach. They're gonna have to wait a little bit for that to come online. They're able to jump IO on top of heroes in the backline, but that takes a little bit. I think the big thing is how quickly they can grab the Aghanim Scepter on the Snapfire and throw the Mars in, and then Chris Luck, he's just going to die again and again. But I think at that point, you can have a Yule's first on Chris Luck, and it becomes less of an issue. My biggest inquiry about this Invoker on Quincy Crew is that they're going to choose that, rare Exhort Invoker pickup. You have a lot of stuns on your team that can set up Sunstrike kills. You'll have God's Rebuke and the Spear on Mars. You have the Cookie on Snapfire. You have the Homing Missile on Yuar. You got some decent tools to enable that Sunstrike, but if you do get it, it becomes so easy for Schofield to run at you. That's one of the benefits of playing the Quas Wex Invoker. You have tons of HP regen, so you're always going to be sitting at high HP, and you can interrupt him with both Cold Snap and Tornado as it comes at you.
My question then becomes, is Quinn feeling very, very confident and figures that he can, sidestep his way out of sort of, any sort of calls if they have, I mean, they're going to ward up the river. Like, there's no way that they don't ward it up, make sure that they can keep him safe. Because I feel like if he does go for, I don't know, I feel like he's going to feel really powerful and he's going to go for the Exort. What do you think?
I think they'll play a little bit safer. I think if they're able to shut down, I think Quincy Crew know if they can shut him down with that Spirit Breaker and with the Lina just blowing him up, then their game becomes a lot harder. So I think they will go for that Quas Wex, but I would be very hyped to see Exhort and Sunstrikes coming out. I feel bad for our Observer with us this game, If they do decide to do that, it's going to become a lot harder to follow.
And our Observer is a pro, though. Shout out Pythian. He has been catching every single kill, it feels like. I'm sure he is also powered by Monster Energy as he's catching all of these, but let's see what ends up happening here. I'm not sure why they keep going back to the Chaos Knight. I don't like this Chaos Knight. I feel like it plays way too slow. And yeah, so far they've gone for the Quaswex here, so.
There you go. Yeah, that one makes a lot more sense to me. That's
I would have liked to see him be a little flashy. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I like seeing a good Sunstrike, but it makes sense that they play it safe.
Yeah, slow and steady wins the race, unless you're Spirit Breaker. Then you just want to go fast.
Yeah, he's the Sonic the Hedgehog of the Dota 2 world.
Yeah, he's got boots of speed first. In fact, sometimes you see him grab Orb Venom, but that means he's probably going to be moving from lane to lane at the very start, and he's worried about being able to find any farm at all, probably. He might even go Greater Bash first if he's got just Boots of Speed. He hasn't put any points into new abilities here.
3 heroes. Good Stroke of Fate will slow them down just a little bit, but Schofield already about half health after walking into all of those. I feel like this keeps happening with Quincy Crew. They all just kind of group up together, and you see someone go up to the high ground, and that thought, though, SVG, Scatterblast comes in. IO, MSS going to be able to keep SVG alive here. As they just throw Lelis front and center. It's going to take a lot of this damage. This Chaos Bolt back out again. Stroke of Fate. I don't think that quite connected. Just a big old fight over here at this bottom rune spot. They chase right back in again over onto SVG. MSS trying the best that they can. Good Scatterblast. Can they turn us back around? Are they going to get the kill on Schofield? First blood going over to MSS. SVG will be next to fall. And now Hector running for his life. He turns back around. He tries to man fight Lelis. He just can't do it. This regen coming out from MSS. Just a little too good stinger. He needs one more hit to take down Lelis. And he doesn't have it. He doesn't have the Stroke of Fate back up yet again.
They actually allowed SVG to die there instead of keeping him alive, believe it or not. They had, oh, not done yet. There's still action coming out. Ooh. Deny there. They actually allowed SVG to die there instead of keeping him alive. They had a Fairy Fire on Wisp that entire time, and that's why he stood his ground as they ran into him on that high ground. Now, the fact that they have the Fairy Fire on the Wisp and the Snapfire means you can heal all of a sudden like 150 HP. I forget exactly the maths on level 1 Tether.
Lelis taking a lot of damage here. They'll try to heal him up again, though. He's already used that Fairy Fire, has those 2 rings of regen, and gets some more stuff delivered here.
Yeah.
It's very close, though.
Yeah. They have the headdress completed now on Io. They have a Ring of Health as well. And so, look at this. He's healing them like an extra 3 a second, then you get an extra 3 from that headdress. You're laughing right now on Lelis. You're sitting in lane at a passive... like 8 or 9 regen a second. It's going to become super hard for them to zone him out of lane. I like what they opted to go for here.
Top lane, the charge comes in. Whisper's dead, though. Schofield comes on in, but he's sitting at level 1, and he just can't fight them, really.
Yeah, and you're just dying all over the map right now on Beast Coast, and you're trying to play a little bit faster, and proof of that is the fact that you picked up the Spirit Breaker, you picked up this Beast Master, but, Quincy Crew still continuing to come out ahead. We're only 2 minutes into the game, and they are currently up, I guess it's not the huge amount, but 600 gold.
Yeah, it's not that much gold, but
It's a lot.
It definitely feels. It feels like it's more than it actually is, for sure. Bottom lane, Stinger gets stuck up to the tree. Trading off the harass. They'll try to make some moves over here onto MSS, but Inkswell not going to be able to go and connect on anyone.
And they both back off. I mean, you're so limited at harassing Lilith out of lane after you get such a great start in getting those kills there. You have one completed on Lilith. You have, again, the headdress and the Ring of Regen on MSS. You can throw out these spells, and yes, you have a bit of mana sustain yourself, thanks to the Ring of Basilius on Stinger. But at this point, Lilith gets to exist in lane, and there's nothing that Hector's going to be able to do about it. So that was going to contest his farm super hard, and has. He's only sitting at 11-2. Hector going to be angry about
this. And his courier gets killed too. Oof. That feels bad. Duar, though, having the time of his life up here. He's able to hit the creeps, get some kills. He's got 2 kills underneath his belt right now. And Lilith just feels goddamn immortal.
Yeah, I keep going back to him. I know nothing is going to happen to Lilith. He's going to be just fine regardless, but it is just interesting to see how they set this one up for him. But yeah, it's the top lane where we're going to see the majority of the action in this game. We're going to be, it's the Schofield game. He's either going to die or get a kill. Get a kill or die trying every single time.
And so far it feels like he has died trying, but you gotta risk it. You gotta put yourself out there. You gotta make some moves. Try to help Whisper out here. Whisper has died twice now, of course, so feels bad. Mid lane, though, is a little bit more even than the last. You've got Lena, of course, who has a really nice long range, sitting very close in terms of CS. So, do have a completed urn on Quinn already. Bottle on the Lena. And did they try to secure runes? I didn't see.
I missed that as well.
I think everybody was too busy fighting, actually. It's very unusual.
The Spirit Breaker effect.
Okay, so I think our production guy just told us that Lena picked it up and was instantly cold snapped. So wasted a little bit of that regen. And so we get another kill, though, here, top lane. This time Whisper finding the kill on SVG. And they're putting out some harass on UR. I don't think you dive too hard at this. They'll respect that tower. And in the bottom lane, Stinger, he's almost made it out, but no, MSS, he finds the final hit. And Lelis now just getting healed up by MSS. We talked about this. This guy is damn near immortal. And just keep trying to slow down Hector. He's trying to go grab that rune. Is he going to be able to do it in time? He does manage to grab the bounty rune, but MSS getting himself a double kill.
You'd probably want those going the way of Lelis rather than Wisp, but the money is going to go back into your core heroes' pockets, basically. When he got those kills at the start, he picked up a headdress, so he's at 4-0 right now, the Wisp. He's super happy. Right now, he's sending himself out the other parts of this mechanism. If he gets a super early mech,
Ooh. Oh, he's got the bottle. No, but in comes MSS. The ambulance has arrived. There's a charge coming through, but they cancel it out. They know that they're not going to have enough damage.
This guy is healing so fast with the Wisp tethered to him under the tower regen, and
they do manage to finally get a kill, though, because now that there's no IO, Lelis can bleed. He's a god, this Mars, but even gods can bleed if they don't have the assistance. Whisper top lane gets hit with that homing missile. This is adorable, and I've never seen this before. Oh my god, hold that thought, though. Hold on. Schofield charging on in, just gonna poke back over at SVG. I've never seen that homing missile. It's adorable. Did you see it?
No, pull open is
it's a little robot.
Oh, that's horrifying that it dies when it hits people then.
It's awesome. I love it. What item is that? I don't have that. I don't even play Gyrocopter, but it's just so gosh darn cool. Charge forward again, coming out. Got the Scatter Blast. They're trying to just do enough damage over to UR, but Quinn makes his own rotation here. Whisper's looking very dead now. Yeah, he'll go down. They try to use the board to put a little extra damage over onto UR, but just not enough. And it's a great rotation from Quinn.
They're going to need a medic to rotate up there and heal up you. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw MSS, just rotate, pop the salve on himself.
They're going in. We thought about it. Oof.
They have to be careful, though. I mean, as you charge forward, it becomes very easy to stun him up or just, counter-engage with a Snapfire cookie. Schofield has so many things he needs to watch out for when he charges into heroes this game. Ooh.
Still going. Trying to man up.
In the mid lane, it's just Quinn,
Hector's all alone down here. Wouldn't be surprised to see Lelis go for a bit of a dive. I don't think they're going to be able to catch him, though. It doesn't look like he's going to line up to get another spear here. MSS will just say, let's grab these creeps. Remember top lane SVG cookie hopping away. Is he going to be able to survive this? It's not looking good. It looks like Whisper's going to get himself another kill. So going a little bit better. Quinn showing up here in the bottom lane. Looks like he'll back off.
Lina was aggressively pinging that one.
Oh, the cold snap. Io's here with the overcharge, and that's a dead Chris Luck.
And that means Schofield is going to have to cancel the charge. I don't think he's going to be able to get a whole lot from the tower after Lina dies, even with him gone. But he is going straight for this Eul Scepter to hopefully set up a couple more kills. They're looking a little bit better in the lanes right now than last game on Beast Coast, but still, things are going the way of Quincy crew.
Definitely feels less stompy this time at the very least, but it's like a relocate coming in top because they've got their eyes set over here onto Yuwarn. Can they finish him off in time? No, they can't! He's gonna be- oh no, at the last second they do finally manage to take him down. Stinger collecting the gold on him, but he will also fall as they've taken down quite a few heroes on the side of Beast Coast just for that kill. Good reload coming out here from MSS.
That kill on Gyrocopter is worth quite a bit. Despite the three of them dying, they went up 350 gold there, but of course 700 gold for killing those three heroes or Quincy crew there. Actually 600 X, they only got 400 XP swing down the side of Quincy crew despite the 3-for-1 trade. So I think that they just continue to take, like, even if they lose two heroes killing one on the side of Quincy crew, they go for it here. So play aggressive right now.
They'll back off though. With MSS there, it's pretty difficult to get the kill on Lelis. And in top lane, they're chasing down Whisper again. There are 17 kills in a 9-minute game so far, Neph. I'd just like to point that out. This is, feels like a game of Turbo.
I mean, this is just the nature of Spirit Breaker games. Like we said at the start, he's either going to kill somebody or die trying.
Yep, and I think this is a good sturdy hero that, makes them work for it at the very least. Looks like Chris Luck tries to go for the LSA. Doesn't quite land it, though. We still have that Laguna Blade online. It's just not enough damage to take down Yawar. SVG now trying to run away. They've got the Dragon Slave. Couple more hits should be able to do the trick, so they'll get the kill on the Snapfire. But they really, really wanted that Gyrocopter, and they aren't able to quite finish him off.
You can't get this, dude. Back off, Schofield. That's enough. It would have been cool to get a kill on him. Unfortunately, he didn't quite get level 6 from that. If you did, the Nether Strike could have come out. You might have been able to kill the Gyro at such low HP, but not without that. He's only 10 XP away. It's pretty sad. What was it that you tried to teach me the other day? The Sad G? Sad
G, yes, that is exactly it now.
Twitch chat's gonna love me. I'm one of them.
In comes the relocate. Goes for the Phantasma and then just tries to run away here, but he can't do it. It's too much damage. Stinger joining in the fight. Now Schofield running on in, does spot MSS, but he's just going to teleport right back on out again. So it's just going to be Quinn, but he cancels it out. He's got the cold snap. Even Hector's own jungle, just not safe. They realize that it's warded up, though. They'll be able to collect.
Hector, popping that Phantasm to try and get out of there does apply a basic dispel to you. For anyone curious, like, oh man, he's wasting the Phantasm. So it would have gotten the cold snap and the urn charge off of him if he managed to get that right away. Unfortunately, it took him a little while to get it, and he ended up dying. And of course, Quinn, him dropping the cold snap in the Urn of Shadow onto the Spirit Breaker as he was leaving, which stops another strike from completing, just interrupting it constantly.
Coming over on the party. Oh, right into the arena, though. This is a dead Schofield. TP's coming out now. Whisper, nice tornado, plus the EMP is going to make it so he can't do anything. He does have a mango in his pocket. Decides he wants to try to re-engage on this, but it's too scary. I don't think you do. You don't have your heroes here. There's going to be Deafening Blast. Stinger trying to just fight his way over on the side. In comes Chris Luck. He's going to try to join in. And there's the Roar over here onto Lelis. They'll use the Laguna Blade. But look at the heal coming out from MSS. He keeps him alive. He's doing such a great job. Stinger, he goes down. Chris Luck left all alone here, trying to finish off here onto Quinn. He might be able to do it with a little help from the tower. He'll finally be able to take him down. He's going to get held up over onto the trees. They'll turn their attention over to MSS. They know that he's the big problem here, but they're just not able to quite finish off. And they do finally take down Lelis. It's just SVG and MSS here, and they're just gonna try to chase him down. They've got the cookie hub. It's not quite far enough, though. I'd like to point out that MSS is 5-0-5 on this IO.
He's a deadly doctor, that's for sure. Kills his patients.
Dr. Death.
Yeah, Dr.
I like
Death.
it.
Quinn, he committed a little bit too far there. I think that he was like, I guess tunnel vision in on that Beastmaster. He didn't want to commit too hard for it at first, but he ended up dropping like 3 earn charges in total on him and kept on going in for another one. And that, of course, is what put him out of position and allowed Lina to kill him. So, you know, even this man makes mistakes.
Stinger held up in the trees. Lelis will get a quick pick. Charge coming over. Oh, and they know the IO's coming back over here, but also bringing back Quinn. So I don't think you want to deal with this. Yeah, they'll open up with the Tornado EMP. No mana left over here on Schofield at all. The cookie hop forward. Man, Quinn is just out for blood. He is running. He will find you, and he will get the kill. SVG on the back line, so trying to get the kill over onto Chris Luck. There's just too much damage coming out with these Mortimer kisses, and now Hector, he's left all alone. He's trying to run away with the Spirit Vessel, and the last click coming out from Grandma. So sit down, son. Oh, in comes Lelis. He doesn't want to let Whisper out of his sights. The friendly boops come out, and that's another kill.
Yep, and that's going to open up the tier 1 tower for them. Going from not being able to touch it at all on Quinn because he's playing Quaswex Invoker to just taking over the map, you know. Even though they got the Spirit Breaker, they tried to play a quick-paced lineup. They can't do anything, and Hector, he can't give up on this Midas. You know, he's stuck in his old ways, and it feels like this is just slowing them down a little bit more than they could otherwise be online. You know, an armlet or something that have more damage, it's only a little bit more money. He's just struggling here.
Old habits die hard, I guess. It's just too difficult. Again, I'm not a fan of this hero in this meta.
I feel it just comes on too slow right now. The same, like,
yeah.
Yeah, I think that was like why people were changing up how Spectres played. I mean, before he'd go for Radiance basically every game. Now we see like Eternal Envy whenever he plays the hero, he goes Blade Mail.
Yeah, and it works out really well. Okay, we start out with the Soulbind. Schofield, though, no mana left because Quinn already throwing out that EMP Tornado over on the back line. They're trying to disperse down MSS, and they do finally manage to take down the IO, so there's not going to be any heals available. But now Hector trying to run away. Everyone is really just split up over here. Yawar just going to town. He'll be able to take down Hector. There's going to be the buyback here with this IO. Comes right back in again, trying to heal everybody back up. Cookie Hop going forward over onto Chris Luck. Yawar's just murdering everyone, as is SVG. MSS also getting a kill. Schofield tries to run away, and he cannot do it. So IO relocates right back into the base, and only Whisper survives.
And he's going to TP right back in again, keep his team healed up as they pursue another push here. And they do have Fortify available. I think they'll pop it pretty quickly in order to deal with this Catapult. Well, actually, oh, there we go. There it is, Beast Coast. That's what you love to see.
Fortify.
But, you know, it gets a little bit harder every fight. Is this Gyrocopter, he moves towards his next item. He's got the Aghanim Scepter queued up next. And oh, yeah. Oh, okay, my bad. Anyways,
right?
Yeah. I was just curious as to what Gyrocopter was doing right there. He's just kind of playing around over here. He's got the double damager now.
He's pretty happy with that, that's for sure.
Thought he might wait until he's a little bit closer to his Aghanims, then try to take Roshan with it or something. K1 working towards his first item. I mean, he built the belt of... Oh.
There's Arena, but there's nobody there. Just some illusions. They'll shoot him off a little bit further, though. They do have some vision on the actual Hector. They have that missile coming out. Look at him run. Look at this little missile. It's adorable. I love it. But they'll get soulbound up here by Stinger. Oh, my Dota crashed. Take it away, Neph. Do the play-by-play.
All right. Spirit Breaker charges in, but the Roar comes out on the Isle. This is the hero they want to pick off first. MSS, he actually manages to dodge there, but they're on him. He's stuck on the high ground here on K1. He tries to relay K back into the base. Can he get it off first? And he does. and you go down on K1 and Io gets out. That is amazing. Oh my god. Putting himself on the cliff there. I mean, you don't know where you're going to land with that reality rift. It could be anywhere. And so you cut off Io and yourself from the rest of the team and got bursted down. They have Fortify available because they did take a tier 1, so they'll be able to block this push out if they choose to use it. But I think right now they're going to want to save it for this next high ground push. Everything is coming up the way of Quincy crew.
That was wonderful. I enjoyed that quite a bit. I heard everything that you said, and MSS, man, he's a god. Talked about this Io? Man, I'm back in, though. I'm ready to go.
Coming for that job, Moxxi.
I know, you keep saying, you know, she's coming for my job. You're coming for mine. She's gonna have to kill you. I mean, what? Anyways, all 5 on the side of Quincy crew. They're in the pit. They're taking this Roche. There's nothing that they can do on the side of the East Coast. Just have too much momentum, too much damage, and they have not enough to deal with it.
There it goes. The item zephyr does just make it so much faster. It's actually queued a...
Oh no, Schofield. He gets picked off by Lelis and SVG. Whisper, though, is going to be able to run away. They already used the cookie, so there's no way to cancel out that TP. A reload down to the bottom lane. They found Hector. They'll get the Soulbind off, though, and the double Laguna Blade, but they have too much healing. It doesn't matter. Hector, he's just obliterated as a Stinger. Looks like Schofield might get chased after next, although Quinn, nah, he's like, I'll let you live for now.
Yeah, this Deadly Doctor MSS.
Oh my god. Deadly Doctor.
He's everywhere he needs to be. He's making so many plays happen. 6-1 and 17. The one time he died, he bought back instantly, TP'd in, and got Lelis back into the fight by healing him up. This guy is playing an amazing IO game.
This guy's playing 4D chess over here. My god. Alright, they'll get the roar off over onto MSS. They know that he's the guy that they have to take down. It looks like they'll finally get a second kill on him. You are now trying to fight his way through of all of these heroes. It looks like they'll finally be able to take him out. He does have the Aegis though. Lelis trying to fight away. Did get hit with that Phantom's Embrace. And back up comes Liawar. They have the charge. They'll go running forward. Nice deafening blast though coming out from Quinn. We'll be able to keep him safe and sound.
As they go forward there, Quinn, he just says
One
no.
SVG, the cookie hop on 2 though! Goes right back in, they get the kill on Schofield. Chris Luck's gonna fall next. Yawar's back, he wants this kill, he wants Stinger. He's just chasing after him, 4 steps him forward a little bit. And they'll get yet another kill.
And they take that
SVG God.
You know, he saw the play and he went for it. So the 3v1 fight, that was beautiful there. Does he have the Aghanim Scepter completed? He's sending himself one more component. He needs another 1,000 gold, then he'll have it. But once they get that, I think, you know, they're just going to be able to gap way too much distance and blow these heroes up. They keep grouping up on Beast Coast, and you're just, you know, grouping up for you to get bowled over here by SVG. Same with this gyrocopter. He keeps on getting these huge call downs. Of course, the flat cannon hitting everybody in these team fights. It's just massive AoE coming out from Quincy.
God, they knew Whisper was there. They even relocate. I'm not even sure the relocate is even necessary. It's just MSS all by himself. Wants to be a part of this. Says, yeah, I'll help. I'll pad my stats a little bit.
Yeah.
And he'll relocate out again. See you later.
Yeah,
Everything's good.
He's always got a town portal school ready when he does this as well. So he's back in the mid lane. You know, just the fact they managed to defend so much of their map makes it that much easier for MSS to come in and out of these fights as Io. Not a single tower has dropped here for East Coast. You know, you say they're doing a much better game. I feel the lanes were a lot more even, but, you know, map control. It's always Quincy crew on your side, even though you have a Spirit Breaker in your game.
I mean, the other thing is just they've been so active, right? They've used that relocate multiple times anywhere that Beast Coast wants to be. Because Hector, you know what Hector's doing. He's on a CK. He's on a CK that's playing from behind. So you generally have an idea of where he's going to be. They've got good ward coverage. So they're just going to force you out the entire time. And there's going to be an IO bringing in someone else. You've got, oh gosh, oh no, Schofield. Spear to a tree, all the cookies, everything. Down he goes.
All they can do right now is sit on the high ground, but I don't think you can sit up here for much longer. You know, the Aghanim Scepter is complete now on SVG. It's just a matter of it being sent out here. So, you know, you throw him in, you throw up the arena, you spear somebody back into your team on that wall, and I think that's just going to be it. The clock is ticking here for Beast Coast, and Hector, he's not going to have this BKB before the next team fight. He's hesitant to even spend money on town portal scrolls right now because he wants his BKB.
That's oof.
Lelis and you are having a laugh about it as well. I agree with you guys. It is hilarious.
Yawar is just so stacked right now. 13k net worth. He's got the Ag Scepter. They're going for a relocate right on in. Whisper's already down. Schofield trying to run away, and they do manage to link up everybody over here. But the yeet coming out from Lelis, and Yawar is going to be able to get the final hit. Schofield, they're not even safe within their own base. These Snapfire Kisses aren't even landing over here on Schofield because they know that he's going to die in there. Can they finish off Stinger? They need a little bit more damage. The Sunstrike comes in. He manages to dodge it. And they just go back and grab up the creeps.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's Gods of Beaks the creep wave, and there is nothing left. With no Chris Luck to spam out the creep wave with that Dragon Slave, I think this is it for them. Alright. I think maybe they're just doing the same thing that we saw the other game. They have them boxed into the base. We'll build a couple more items we need before closing this one out. I'm looking at everyone, they have Egg and Scepter queued up on Mars. That's the low cooldown Gods of Big. I'm not sure you need that one, Lelis. That's a little bit spicy.
He's feeling himself,
Yeah,
this game is going so well for them. Why not? Why not? 3-3-17. He manages. Oh, he doesn't see Whisper there. That was actually very close. Standing right next to him. I just love watching Quinn run across the map with the Wex on and with the IO. He just zooms. It's hilarious. Actually, so fast here. It's insane.
It really is. Quinn, God game, you want to be tethered up to him most of the time. You're safe with him as well.
Oh, the jump forward from Leslie. There's 3 of them, plus the Sunstrike over here onto Stinger. Silence gets thrown out, and the call down. To be able to go, they hook everybody up here. Stinger trying to run away. There's going to be the Yules coming out. There's a little bit more time here with Lelis, but Hector, he's sitting so low. Even with the BKB, they just do so much damage. Schofield will go down. They're just chasing him into the base right now. They don't even care. They yeet Lelis all the way forward, gets the kill over onto K1, and Hector will get taken down with a meatball. That is a team wipe. And they even take down the mango tree. Oh, feels bad.
Leaves nothing, destroying nature. I have respect for the styling on them, but
collecting the mangoes. This is a man who doesn't waste a single thing.
That's it. I think you hurt our pride when you kill us, but you really hurt us when you grab the mangoes. The economy of Beast Coast is ruined.
They're salting and raising the earth after the destruction. Oh my word!
Isn't that a war crime?
That is a war crime.
Quincy crew with the victory, but can you really call it a victory if you're committing war crimes in the end there? That's my question to you, Moxxi.
Oh, man. I don't know. I don't think the Geneva Convention would like that. That's for sure. Yeah, holy cow. Quincy crew. I mean, what do you say about that game?
I'd say we saw more of the same. Around the 10-minute mark, I think you have less net worth on K1 Hector that game. He still went for the minus regardless. It was very difficult to deal with the Mars and Zone Mental Lane, especially with the IO there. But you're playing too slow on Beast Coast. It feels like Quincy crew has your number. They know exactly what they need to pick to play against you. And even though we were talking about, okay, they got a lot of stuns on their team, we could see a Exhort Invoker. Quinn opts to go with the Quas Wex. They know if he has a good enough game and they're not able to get any kills onto him, they can just run at K1. And, he gets the Midas, but he's never been able to finish a second real item that allows him to take team fights in time. They're just playing too quick here on Quincy crew. Beautiful 5-man rotations, MSS. He played an amazing game on IO, keeping his team alive so many times, coming in and out of these fights. You love to see it. This is true Dota right here, Moxxi. In a team like Beastcoast getting toppled over, that shows you how strong Quincy crew is.
Yeah, I can't get over the way that MSS played that IO. Only 2 deaths on him. Ooh. He saved so many people so many times here. What was the healing? 11,278 healing coming out from this little IO. Like, that is one hell of a wambulance. And he's not even just, a healing bot. He manages to go, he gets kills, he got assists. Just everyone played fantastic. But I do have to say that MSS was definitely my MVP in that match. But what were you saying there, buddy?
Looks like Lelis has agreed to do a post-game interview with us. I was just talking to the
Awesome.
manager, KBBQ of Quincy Crew, so I'm going to send him a friend request. I'm going to throw my observer under the bus as he tries to deal with me, doing these unplanned things at the very last second. But, he's a god.
He is. He really is. We're very lucky to have Pythian working with us today. So let's think of some good questions for them here. I mean, it's such clean Dota coming out from both of these teams, and like thinking back to game number one, I think I have a screenshot that I saved from that as well. While you go and get them into this call,
All right. We might have to start. All right, there we go.
we have to what?
Might have to start a second call as I figured. No, I can drag them both into this one. This is fine.
We're dragging how many people in this call?
I think KBBQ might just want to be inside the group chat, so there's no issues. I don't think he's going to talk or
Okay.
anything. He hasn't said anything, but he.
I mean, Jack can talk too if he wants to come have a chat with us. I'm fine with that.
So there we go. Just dragging them both in right now.
Excellent. And just give them a moment so that way they can connect.
We're ringing.
Jack.
He went to the bathroom just before I called.
Yeah, and I was going to say something nicer than that. I was going to say that, he was answering the call of nature, not just putting it out there. But, it was a high-octane series. It happens.
Yeah, this is where we fill with fluff. We talk about player items and whatnot. We got breakdowns. We got Dota Plus. I could talk about gold received and whatnot in current patch and XP received. Wow. Look at this game.
Look at this guy go. He's a pro over here, filling
Creeps
up the time.
45 or 44% of the gold received there from Beast Coast was from creeps. A lot of it was passive. That's how little they farmed this game. 32% of gold received was passive this game from Beast Coast. Oh, no, sorry, from just Whisper. I'm curious of what Hector's was. Yeah, 67% from creeps, 24% from passive, 4.7. He just got no kills on heroes, like no assist gold either. He just farmed up creeps. If 24% of your gold is passive, you're not doing a very good job at farming. It just goes to show how good of a job that Quincy Crew was doing there at shutting his game down. Meanwhile, Yawar, where was he? A lot of that was just him running people down. Like he got almost as much gold from killing heroes as he did from creeps that game. It's pretty insane to me. I don't know if you guys have seen Dota Plus giving you some amazing breakdown mechanics. It's just worth the money. What can I say?
Yeah, Neph makes use of it every single broadcast. He always makes sure to go and look at that win probability and tell us all the breakdowns on the stats. But I do believe we have a Lelis joining us here. Lelis, are you there?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello. Yeah, we can hear you.
What's up?
Thank you so much for joining us here in this post-game interview, and congratulations on your victory.
Thank you.
I'm going to give this to Moxxi, though. She's been following you forever. She talks with your dad, apparently, on Twitter or something like that, so she's going to know all the right questions to ask.
Wow, Neph, way to throw me under the bus here. So yeah, we're going to go back to game number one. And we noticed that it was kind of a weird draft coming out from Beast Coast. They ended up picking up the CK. They got the Darkseer and also the Silencer. The draft seemed really, really tight coming out from you guys, but were you at all worried when you saw like so many of Quinn's heroes were getting banned?
Not really. I don't think we thought about that.
Okay.
Actually, we're probably we were just thinking that they had like a lot of like AoE spells, and then we kind of needed to pressure them early. That was like what we were thinking.
I do have one question I want to ask. When I saw some of these map movements, it looked like you were studying a lot of Beast Coast's games and their play style, because a lot of the time, I guess there was this one fight that happened in the bottom lane in game number one, where at the same time Yawar, even though it's not that great, he didn't have a diffusal blade or anything, he's working on Bad Fury, he just ran at Hector, the top lane, and knew he was going to run away at the same time. It looks like you have figured out their play style and what they want to do, and are countering it out really well. Is that true? You're watching a lot of Beast Coast replays?
I don't think so. I think
okay.
Being honest, I think there was something off about them today. They usually play a lot better than this. I felt like they played like below what they usually play. But I think we played well too. so it kind of
Oh,
like
you
added up.
guys. Yeah, you absolutely played well. I can't get over MSS on that IO in game number 2. That guy, he drank his gamer juice today. I don't know what it
Hey,
was, but like we
boy's a
watched
beast.
him. Yeah, he is a beast. We watched him like I think he died once and then immediately bought back, came over, was your wambulance, and just healed you right back up to full before, dodging back over into the well after using that teleport. But you guys you looked great for sure. Is that something that you specifically think about, though, is just how aggressive that you need to be early on? Like, I know that with Beast Coast in particular, a lot of the teams like to put a lot of pressure on Hector or Chris Luck. Usually it's Hector, though, and then they kind of like forget about him later on, which allow him to bounce back. I've noticed with a lot of your drafts, you're very, very active early, and you're very good about, your power spikes, your timings. Once you hit critical mass, you just go for it. Is that something that, like, in particular, you think about when you're going up against teams where, the same thing with Infamous too, right? Because he likes to farm, he likes to take his time. He's a little bit, I don't want to say slower, but they really do try to buy time. Is that one of the reasons why you guys play so crazy aggressive?
It's not like a team specific thing. It's more like the way we play. It's like we play like this. We will run at you, let you farm. We will not let you just AFK farm. You need to fight us.
Some
That's
other
kind of like,
teams,
yeah, you can.
So sorry, as I wanted to quickly, sorry to interrupt you. They were watching a lot of your games. Some other teams, they were talking to me. They said, okay, at 5 minutes all the time, they group up and they grab the bounty runes on Quincy Crew, and then they rotate in the mid tower and grab that so they get more map control. So I think people are starting to realize that you're playing super fast. Do the games feel any harder, or that people are figuring you out?
I mean, they can know what we do. It doesn't mean that they will play well against it, right? You can watch what does every game, and you're gonna be like, okay, they do this, this, and this every game, and then sure, how do you beat it then? Like, talk about like playing fast and stuff. A lot of people don't really know what that means. It doesn't really mean anything nowadays because everybody says that the team that wins is the team that plays fast. But usually the team that wins is the team that's doing the correct moves like at the correct time, right? And that's people look at it as being fast because they're doing something before the other team. But it's not necessarily like you don't think about. I mean, going back to the question, just because like they know that we're gonna fight early and we're gonna be on their side of the map doesn't really mean that they're prepared for it, right?
It feels like flowchart Dota sometimes watching you guys. Like it's very much I don't want to say it's telegraphed by any means, but like everything just flows so nicely. It's like you're already thinking 2 steps ahead. And I was joking with Neph during these casts. I'm like, this looks like a game of Turbo right now. The amount of kills that are happening, the amount of gold that's being amassed, how fast we're getting these items. Like these games just they're just so well executed. And so I guess that's why, we're wondering as you play more and more, and especially as you're under the microscope more, because every single team right now is gunning for you guys. They know that you are the team to beat, is why we ask, does it feel like they're starting to figure you out a little bit more? Because Cat Jammers, Crazy, did almost 3-0 you at one point.
Yeah, I don't think like they're figuring us out. I mean, a lot of teams like study us, and a lot of teams copy the things we do because we're like the team that's winning. That's like something normal, right? People just copy what Secret do because they're winning. But I don't think like that's a good thing to do. I think every team is different, and you should play like to your strengths and stuff. Of course, there's some things that every team must do, but let's say Beast Coast, for example, they have a specific style. They always play the way they play, and it's completely different the way we play, right?
Right.
So I think even if people, they know that we're gonna do well in lanes and that we're gonna run at them with like 4 heroes. We play super aggressive. That everybody knows that we should always be pushing the lane. It doesn't really mean that they're gonna be ready. They know it's coming and they're gonna like get crushed. That's pretty much it.
I like that though. I like the fact that you guys, and I've said this in multiple times of like watching your drafts, it always feels like Quincy Crew plays Quincy Crew Dota. You'll see, the enemies picking up, certain things, and you might adjust like a tiny bit to it, but it always feels like you've got your own plan and you don't really change course too often when you're looking at that. It's
Yeah.
fun. It's definitely really fun to watch.
I mean, when I joined the team, it was kind of weird for me, like the way they played, and now I'm like, I kind of got used to it. So
I should hope so.
like, yeah. I mean, we play like a certain style for sure. Like everybody's
Mhm.
really like aggressive, and people always like trying to find opportunities to make the enemy feel bad.
I do have
I
one other question that's it's a little bit weirder, it's a little off the mark, but someone asked, I know that you guys, you've been looking for a sponsor. Do you guys have to keep jobs while you're playing right now?
What I mean, if I have a side job from Dota?
Yeah, yeah.
No,
I'm just
no.
no, you guys are
It's not really
still doing
it's
all
not really
right.
possible. I think to play top level and have a job. I don't think that's a thing, because I need to play like 8 hours a day or something
Hmm.
for me to like be in touch with the meta, know what people are gonna play. You can't just like work, come home, and then play matches. You're gonna be tired already. You're not gonna want to play anything, watch any replays. You can't really have a side job and play pro like high level. I don't think anybody else has like a job. Our job is like to play, even if we're not getting
Interesting.
paid like for a salary. I mean, it
Yeah.
sucks, right? But what can you do?
Yeah, I know. I have one last question that I want to throw out here as a NA Dota guy myself. It doesn't feel weird playing on a team being the only SA player. Like this is the premier team. Anyone else would have been happy to play offlane, but they chose to look to South America and pick you to be their offlaner. And it's got to feel pretty good on one hand, but I'm also curious, like team environment and whatnot.
I mean, I don't really think about it that way. I mean, sure, I live in Brazil and stuff, but it doesn't really like matter to me
Mhm.
that like I'm SA or I'm NA or I'm EU. I just want to play and win. So, I mean, I was pretty happy
Good
when
attitude.
they asked me to play. I was playing in Europe, but then COVID happened, right? So like I wasn't some unknown player, and I
Oh
already
no,
played with
definitely
Quinn
not.
before. Like he played an SA with me, and we played NA later. So I don't know. I don't feel like pressured or anything. I just try to win and play my best.
Well, I would definitely say that you're doing quite the job here. It's been so much fun to watch you guys. And again, I mentioned this to Quinn when he came in for his interview with us, but I can't wait to see you guys eventually, make it back out onto the international stage and just see, the way that you guys adapt. I think you play very high level Dota. And I think you're just going to continue to get stronger. So thank you so much, though, for joining us for this interview. We really, really appreciate it. We do have to go and run into the lobby, though, because these are unsanctioned interviews that we're doing. We did not exactly get permission, but it's really been a treat to be able to talk to you, Lelis, and get some of your, feedback and input on these matches. So thank you so much for taking the time.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure. Thank you.
All right. Well, we are going to shift gears, guys. We're going to go jump into the next lobby for our next game. We have, of course, Team Brazil versus Team Zero, also known as For Fun, the Eternal Envy stack. So we're going to take a short break. And when we come back, we'll have the next match and the last match of the day for you.